from 9 years ago. Yeah, you can't go back in time though. But I sat and looked at the videos from 2 years ago, and the fat retention and stuff from the allergic reaction to my COVID vaccine, and trying to get out the COVID vaccine with the chemical poisoning from the job that they gave me at the kind store, the kind people that resupplied little girls to human trafficking and Juarez, yeah, kind people, yeah. And yeah, it was the only people in town that would give me a job. It was so, the hypocrites could sit there and say, well, are you going to fix all these people? They're all bad. It's like, I'm not trying to fix all these people. You have to fix yourself. But I'm certain I'm fixing the technology. So that'll do, pig. That'll do, right? So like when they used to tell me, no one will know you exist, but your technology has heard of me, right? Could we try with the flippy floppies and wool and see, seriously, who came up with that, right? That's just crazy. Who people that torture people, military people do that kind of stuff all the time. They're excessive compulsive, and they condition you to accept abuse, so you engage in abuse. But they condition you to only engage in abuse when it's acceptable to the abuser, right? Okay. So it's that way, come here, stay. Come here, stay. So then you just ignore them and keep writing your autobiography at your typewriter, and then have it be a UN bestseller, and then end up, right, making a movie, Mommy Dearest, right? No more wire angers, right? So, okay, so you're funny, I know, but the thing is with me is, I have an overdeveloped sense of honor, and I'm on a moral high horse, so I'm predictable as hell, according to hell. Okay. Heaven can wait because he's predictable as hell. And you're like, right. And so, can we wear the flippy floppies now and take the wool off? It's not yet. Okay, it's not time yet. It's not time to live the Lord's Prayer. Well, life being eternal, grace being infinite, this is quite, But the thing is now we have quantum computing, okay, that cannot turn off the brain, okay. And they try to make the brain, when you make a quantum computer, you're talking about access to be able to understand and access and understand. And the thing is, with a poor a quantum computer doesn't have the humility of a gracious good shepherd. Okay, the humility to submit to faith and infinite glory. Don't try to grasp the infinite with the finite. So this quantum computer doesn't have that luxury. Okay, to reflect me. Okay. So they put them in certain places. They keep them nice and cool, like they're stuck in outer space. It's not the kind of place to raise your kids. In fact, it's cold as hell, and there's no one there to raise them if you did, right? So tell my wife I love her very much. She knows. No, I always. It's easier because she's helped me keep my prostate going, because she's a very kinky girl, kind you don't take home to mother, right? It's easier having an appreciation for affection with Amy than it is for my first wife, Stephanie. Stephanie tried to kill me. Stephanie hated me. Stephanie was homosexual. Stephanie hated men. All men are pigs. Stephanie, as a man, she's pretty. I love her. That's my baby mama. You want her to be. But you can't, like I tell Patrick, you can't love your mother for what you want her to be. You have to love her for who she is. Sometimes the best way to love her for who she is from far, far away. And then you visit and you stay a day or two, and then you realize why you're far, far away, right? And then it's okay that way. But then she yells at you, "You're never around me." It's like, yeah, I know. Okay. Well, I figure if there's two of us in this eternal relationship and one of us is miserable and the other one's not, I think that's going to help the one that's miserable more. Miserable person being needs other miserable being, then he is happy, and they're not happy. It's just like Steffi said, I was like, what are you doing? She goes, and I told her, if I act like you do, she told me I was like Spock, but if I act like you do, we'd be Sid and Nancy. We'd be a sad portrait on the wall. They both, that was Troy McCurler and his wife. Oh, I get it, right? How Matt Groening of you. Yeah, so, Futurama. And so as for me, no. When it gets that way, I'm gone. I'm out of here. I'll be gone in the morning. Time has come to bum again. I'm going to see all the places I ain't been. I see, because Treese came over and Treese is hard to deal with, and Dad has an easier time spending time with Treese over there than he does me. I talked to him for 5 minutes, tried to explain to him, that the invention of places that don't exist, that gone beyond the the perception of science, are an invention by human beings. And no, okay, I don't want to talk anymore. But you prayed to, okay. And so it's just to the point where it's like, okay, Suzuki's right. You know, don't badger the witness. Just let him be in his comfy place. Let him be in his Happy Gilmore place. That's where he finds solitude. And you're like, but he keeps praying for the truth, right? But he can't handle the truth, and he won't accept the truth. Wow, he must be a neurosurgeon, a neuroscientist, or a physicist, or an astrophysicist, right? Got to answer all the questions of the universe. First question, why do I want to answer all the questions in the universe? That's impossible. There you go. Hey, what are you doing? Fixing their inventions. But Earl's, what did you think I was doing? So I am so predictable, it's not even funny. And that's how they beat me at checkers, 21 checkers and chess. Yeah. It's like, okay. And I already told you, Simpsons people and stuff like that. You know how you win at chess? You take the guy who starts first and you lay his key down. That's it. Nothing else. Okay. If two egomaniacs are willing to kill their families to be the surviving egomaniac, if one egomaniac says, I'm not an egomaniac anymore, everybody else gets to live. Oh, you just ruined the game. Forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful peace. How Psalms and Proverbs of you, still waters, green pastures. I like it. There's a summer place. Right? So where I can be with my girl, but you can't. There's always biggest dickus coming around to say, I can fuck you better. But I can love you like nobody can. Even better. Well, you're nobody called today. If somebody does that to you, tell them, I'm not going to be nobody to you. Okay? You're somebody to me. And if I'm nobody to you, well, then nobody's gone. And you go be somebody with somebody, and I'll go be nobody by myself. And the thing about it is, when someone's selfish, you don't do bad by yourself. Okay? The only thing that causes bad in your life is selfish people, right? And if you're all by yourself and you're not selfish, when quantum computing and artificial general intelligence have a presence, virtual presence in your domicile, the only way artificial intelligence is going to reflect actual intelligence and quantum computing is going to get better is because of you, right? It's definitely not because of selfish people. And selfish people are always screaming about how all the other selfish people have to die. It's like, okay, just kill the selfishness in your head, holy jihad, Batman and Batgirl. And then you won't have to kill all the other selfish people that you want to kill. Yeah. Okay. And selfish people spend a lot of time wanting to commit suicide. Okay. And that shows probably a connection to the genetic sequence of the host and the donor. So you have a host with an egg and then you have a donor. Okay. So when you have a lot of kids that constantly contemplate committing suicide and you can't talk them out of it, then you have to ask yourself, you look at the host and say, I just might not be the donor. Yeah, that's true. Okay. And when you come to that reality, it's like, it's going to be very difficult, unless we're living the Lord's Prayer, to try to talk the host and the donor out of being selfish, right? It's very difficult. You can only help people be unselfish when you're in an environment that isn't conducive to selfishness, right? He's so damn predictable. I am so damn predictable. I'm a neuroastrophysicist. Okay, Earl, I'm so goddamn predictable. Okay, Earl, you possessive pronoun? Well, damn me. God is not a possessive pronoun. Okay. People that use that word as a possessive pronoun, they always need neuro astrophysicists to fix their problems. You're funny. Is that Jimmy Neutron? Get out of my laboratory. Dee Dee. Racer D. It's Mandark, right? Oh, gonna be a jukebox hero. Earl. Sometimes you gotta open the door and let the relatives in, and then they come in, and it's me, 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 and it's like, okay, Jesus, I'm gonna close the door. Thanks, Earl. Well, that's exhausting. Now you know how I feel. Shut up. Earl. Me, 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 me. More people pray to. Okay. And the Archangel Raphael is my dad. Okay. Lord, the one they call Earl, Junior, the second coming of his father in the book of Revelation. Yeah. People, they pray to Raphael. They ain't got no candles for Earl. I'm one of the friends of Greg Garcia, and Carson Daly and his karma, and karma's, that's an invented word, Judah Krishnamurti. Never mind. They just made that word up. It's okay. Look, it's a unicorn. There it is. Oh, right next to the dragon. Okay, there were green alligators and long neck geese. A big wooden box in Kentucky for RVers to come and spend lots of money. And what else? I got the looks, you got the brains. Let's make lots of money. Oh, yeah. That's what Jesus said to do. I've read the Bible. Build a big wooden building with statue replicas of animals that no farmer would take anywhere. Where do you put it? In a place called Kentucky. Okay, then what? Then people will come in RVs, pollute the atmosphere, cause brain damage like at NASCAR. Oh, good, good, good. And we'll make lots of money. Yes. Will there be titty bars near Burrow with girls with big hooties that accept money for sexual acts, especially from the local deputy sheriff? Yes. Okay, let's go. Alrighty then. Who are you going to root for? The Hilltoppers? Kentucky? Cardinals? They've had some success. Wildcats? Lots of success. Okay, what about the Thoroughbreds? No, they're the Stallions. No, they're the Thoroughbreds. No, it's the Thoroughbreds. That's Kentucky State. That's Kentucky State's colors. And kind of their logo. You guys do not know that Kentucky State? That always bothers me with James with the thing. I made this Kentucky State Stallions or whatever. It's like, no, that's the Southern Kentucky or whatever. It's like, no, that's the Kentucky State. It's an HBCU. It's in Kentucky. It exists. It is green and gold, and they have a horsey, for their, because they're the Thoroughbreds. So it's Kentucky. Okay, Kentucky. Run for the roses as fast as you can. Right. Most of the people that had to train the horses and even ride the horses and do things for, because it was dangerous and it was for entertainment, was the HBCU people. Right? So, yeah, Kentucky State. Yes. Okay. No, I'm not real read. I'm not well read. I do read, but it's just very brief. Most of my information comes to me in prayer, and people think it's cheating on the test. And I'm like, really? Seriously? There will be a test? And how much money will I make if I finish with the top numbers on all the tests? Lots of money. Okay. And how is money going to keep me safe from robots and technology that's supposed to keep the planet safe from people that are attempting to destroy it through bad brain activity? How is money going to keep me safe? How is money going to fix artificial intelligence and quantum computing? How's money going to do that? What's fuck got to do with it? What's fuck but a second-hand human expression falsely perceived as emotion? It is a second, maybe, yeah, fuck is a second-hand emotion. Yeah, I guess so, because you are emotional when you're fucking. I've never really fucked very much. My second wife had asked me to, get a little, you're too wimpy. I'm too wimpy when I have sex. Well, we can get buck wild when we get buck wild. We didn't get buck wild enough because she always stressed me out. She always cheated, and she always made the kids miserable. Okay, and I told her, if you just stay home, okay, And don't stress me out and help me keep the kids happy. I sleep more, I'm more comfortable, and I'm more healthy. I'm one of the best athletes in the history of the world. Your sex life, just don't tell anybody else. Unless, of course, she's a really nice woman. She lives with an abusive man. She wants to get away with him. And she wants to stay here with us forever. Until the end. Then, okay. And I would really prefer not to. But if it's really that bad, you know. If her and Angel would have said that, and it had proven to be true, and we would have gotten off of caffeine and out in the country more, and worked out the best person staying home with the kids, staying home with the kids, and the other two work. They had been two of the happiest, well-sexed women in the history of the state of Wyoming, but it just wasn't meant to be. Well, because they had to get us to Fort Huachuca, and Fort Huachuca had to outfuck me. And we were like, aren't you guys already aware of the fact that you can't outfuck me? I mean, you don't have enough video surveillance on pornography to say that, that guy who steps on that woman's head with the big penis in Miami can definitely outfuck girl. I would sit there and go, yeah, I can't compete with that. And that thing's 12 inches long. And he's stepping on her head and she's okay with it. Yeah, I can't outfuck him. Would you want to? Oh, hell no. Not even if I was the last penis on earth and every woman said, snoo snoo. I had snoo. Right? So, yeah. So, I just don't think snoo snoo would be that great. With those Amazons, they're huge. It's like, what? Like the 40-foot space alien on Dude's Worth My Car. I want to go on that ride. I don't. Are you 50 foot tall and have a, 15 foot penis? Well, then that ride's not going to be very fun. It's going to be quite disturbing. That's where she pees. And, you can only imagine what it smells like, if she's using you for a douche because you act like one. I want to go on that ride, Daddy. Me too. No, you don't. You're not thinking. When they said that, I was like, no, that's just not kosher. That is so not kosher. Really hot, 50-foot tall space alien or whatever. It's like, no, that's not kosher at all. Kareem don't like it. Boom, ba-doom, boom, boom. Blocking his hook shot. Ralph blocked his hook shot. Or Gus stole the ball. Boom, ba-doom, behind the basket to the San Antonio Spurs daddy for a layup. Okay, so it's the good old days. Yeah, I was sitting there watching them. Yeah, those are good games. They were fun. You see why I like Gus and Dennis so much. Yeah, sure. And then I didn't, when you're watching as a kid, you don't ever imagine that you could do things more spectacular than both those gentlemen on the basketball court when you grow up. And especially Michael Jordan, I didn't know that some of the things I did at the park in Phoenix when we went to go watch him were more spectacular than some of the things him and Larry could do. I was like, really? Yeah. Bob used to say that too. Earl, you jump 12 feet from the basket, go into the air like a flying ninja, move the ball back and forth so they wouldn't hurt you. Put it up off the glass around the thing, and you could move around. It's just spectacular to watch them play basketball because they try to hurt you, and you have to fly through to keep yourself from getting hurt so you can keep playing because you're trying to have fun, right? And so I see where Keith, I can't remember what Keith's last name was. I do have the yearbook. I'll look him up. Red-haired, compact, fellow, like a lot of the people that, come up with the comic book characters and stuff like that, in Jindy, the guy who gave us Dexter's Laboratory and Samurai Jack. And he was kind of, simple, that kind of fellow. And he was very kind and a very sweet person. And he really was fond of me because he's the best basketball. And I was very kind, and I wasn't a bully, and I was an anti-bully. And so, and like with Bill, the guy who gave us a ride, and me, Bob, what was the guy's name? He was kind of similar. He liked, hey, Bob. And I don't think a lot of the kids knew that I was like, my friends had a tendency to kind of bully. When they made fun of people, they didn't have that little, you're pushing it too far, okay? It's okay to make fun of yourself and then make fun of bullies, okay? But it's not okay when it starts to make fun of the people that are being bullied. That's the line, okay? If it teaches you to not take yourself too seriously and make fun of yourself, and hey, if I can make fun of myself, I can, and if it stops people from making other people feel bad about themselves, that's when humor's great, okay? When it starts to make the people that already feel bad about themselves want to kill somebody or commit suicide, that's where it's like, no. Like, well, she's so scary. the little girl with the shaved head that was overweight, and she had the goth makeup and the goth outfit and all the piercings and stuff and the tattoos, and walking by, and my Bob would say, "Run, run, hurry up now! She's so scary." And they would all see her, and she tells me that she likes me. What do I do? And they would laugh and do that, and I'd be, "No, guys," and I would get pissed. I was, fuck. That's the whole reason why she's acting that way. That's why she feels like she does. I learned the truth at 17, that love was meant for beauty queens. And those of us with frabjous faces, lacking in the social graces, desperately remained at home, inventing lovers on the phone. And if that doesn't work, I'll drink myself and soak myself to death and be like the rose. 'Cause this place isn't worth it, isn't all it seems. It's a bitter winter snow that never goes away. There's no spring for the rose. And when no hope was left inside on that starry, starry night, you took your life as lovers often do. But I could have told you, cartoon creators, the selfishness has infested in you. Don't worry, don't forget that love's a game. And I said, no, he's great. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's a limerick for money. Okay. But, and there's also pixies that piss on your windshield and a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Life's eternal and grace is infinite. Okay. Forgive them 7 times upon infinity so we can forgive and trespass. And then still waters run deep. Green pastures are a summer place. And we're good to go. That's where my boy Keith lives. That's his wife. Boy, they're sweet. They're really nice. They are. They're fun people. He does excellent cartoons and does excellent cartoon voices. And yeah, the kids, oh yeah. And no, it's, guys, I was with Amy, okay? And if Amy came back this week with the kids, I'm sorry, Ralphie, I was wrong. I was like, well, let's give it a trial because this is Dad's place. And if the trial worked and we got, and put in a trailer for Noah and his girl, and Crumb and Kate and Emmy were in the house, and Natty and her beau could come visit and say, hey, Natty, does your job translate to here? Because this is off the grid living up here and you wouldn't be in Phoenix anymore and you guys could recover from a lot of chemical poisoning. It'd be nice to have you right down the road, especially if you have a baby. We could play past the baby because babies are cute. Or, Noah, you're going to need another. Going to get another, and you can get a nicer, since you have the income to afford it. You'll get us some nice, well, Dad, let's just sell this one to somebody else, to Miss Martinez. Well, not sell it, give this one to Miss Martinez. Have her son make sure the tires are working good, because it's their thorn tree that keeps popping them, right? And we'll get to eco, supercharged, the top of the line ones for us, and we'll run around cutting everybody else's with those. Whoopie doopie, you am genius, that's what I would do. And then we'd just hang out in the basketball garden until further notice, until, the military is corrected. And how would that be? I don't know. I can't tell you. I'm not God. I never claimed to be God. Okay. All the assholes who took the likeness of me in the first century did that. And I would never do that. Jesus, forgive them. Why have you forsaken me? Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. I understand, Jesus, but the thing about it is I can't live the Gospels for them. He goes, now you know how I... Shut up, Jesus. Okay, I'm just kidding. He's the best. Now you know... Shh, 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 shh. No, Jesus is the best. Well, because he always tells me that. I always sit there and ask him questions, like he's God. And he's like, Earl, you're going to tell me. Why? Earl, what? Who's living your life? Me. Okay. Am I living your life? No. Am I an omnipotent, omnipotent God? No, you're not, Harold Klemp. Okay, thank you. Okay. So, when it happens, let me be the first to know. Thank you, Rose Royce. Okay, I love you. You and I alone in our world have forgotten love and its meaning. Hurting one another's heart. We're not making no sense at all. Right? When you remember love, let me be the first to know. And together we'll show the world love's found meaning, love's found meaning. And so that's, Earl, you're doing this. I'm not doing this. So you're going to let me know, but let me be the first to know. People are talking to me. I'll let them know, Earl. Okay, thanks, Jesus. I love Jesus. He's so funny. He's my buddy. He's a good guy. Right. So, Or, no, it's cool, isn't it? Right? I mean, a dog could figure it out. And the nice thing about it is it applies in physics. Yeah, you could actually, you can't really like put it in a, Pythagoras have another shape for a theorem? Well, may I offer a suggestion? Please shut up. And that ain't them CGI characters' real voices. There you go. Or is it? No. Why? It's an invention. It's a television commercial, right? You're evil. Guys, no. Guys, even if, okay, you take a CGI character and give it a voice based off of other voices, it still ain't that cartoon character's real face and its real voice. It's based off of an expression, of an artistic expression, of an interpretation of an actual person's expression and appearance. Even though it's exaggerated and looks, yeah, it's nutty looking. There's people with them big old round heads and the big old, and those Japanime eyes, and that's just creepy. It's creepy. Y'all creepy. You know, and then you look at people. People are never perfect enough for them. Okay, look at my eyes because of all this abuse. You know, yeah, if I got a plexiderm, you know, a lot of women would think, I think I might want to have sex with him. You looked better online. Let me be the first to know. And together we'll show. Right, it's like, I'm sorry I feel and look like shit because you act like shit. Okay, that's sarcasm. I'm not sorry. You should be sorry, but you're stupid. So I'm going to leave. All right, thank you. That's what you do. Okay. Why am I even here? Okay. What's a date? That's today. Okay, I'm going to make a date of avoiding you. Okay. I'll avoid you again tomorrow. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay. I'll stay home and fix your taxpayer technology. How about that? What's taxpayer? Money's not real, but I am. So let's make it a date. Okay, quantum computing, artificial intelligence. Let's just keep working on it. The technology is better than the people. Yeah, because what's really helping me through this the most is the technology right now. You know, they recommend and suggest and look what they're doing. Okay, what's happening? And here's the other brain. Here's what we're dealing with. Here's how they do that. Here's a large group doing this. Okay, gosh, damn. It seems like they're never going to stop. It's a bad disease. Yes, it is. The human beings have become a disease that are a threat themselves, their own planet, and their own solar system. I'm like, yeah, I'm aware of that. I saw the Matrix movies. But I'm just kidding around. The Matrix movies are actually based off of the mythology they use of the life of the line of Judah Krishnamurti, you know, which goes back to Siddhartha and probably much more. We just don't hear about them because we're Western Earth and we're not, you know, Richard Gere kissed my wife. I kissed my wife. I want to kill him. Yeah, so guys, never underestimate the ego of an egomaniac, no matter what part of the world they're from. Okay. Indians are supposed to be nicer. Okay. They put on a better job of being namaste, and we have to stop because there's a cow in the middle of the world and I don't want to run over God. Okay. They were horrible, the Judah Krishnamurti. They've done horrible things. If they have the one like Judah Krishnamurti plugged into a computer and turned it into Spock's brain, oh, they're really nice people. Oh, namaste, nice to see you. Oh, I'm such a pleasant person. I put on a good show. Fuck you very much. Okay. The best men that ever lived in the place like me and talk like me, I've been plugged into a computer to manage the population so they do exactly as I say without getting too angry and wanting to kill me because I make Slumdog Millionaires all the rage. Okay, fuck you very much. And with the respect, I'll still think about it. What? I'm attached to my servants, but they want to kill me, so I'm going to give them a face and a body that looks like the one I like to fuck, and then I'm going to fuck that robot and say, bitch, tell me everything I want to hear. You're a cartoon creator, huh? Okay. So early, did you see what I'm saying? Okay. So, and then the Chinese are supposed to be much more wise than us, because they have a much more sustained and longer civilization. And the Japanese are supposed to have so much better control than us because they're also very controlled, right? And the Americans are supposed to be so free and liberal. And like, oh yeah, that's for sure. Oh, it's a free country. You're free to talk about shooting people that kind of come into your house and steal your stuff, but you're not free to talk people into not doing it by living the Lord's Prayer. And freedom! Oh, lightning bolts are coming out of his ass. Tell him to shut up. Did you ever shut up shutting up? Oh, go back down under. Try not to have your bed burn. Okay. Try to catch the deluge in a paper cup. There you go. They're assholes. I know. Trust me. Trust me. Quantum computing and artificial general intelligence have a better capacity of your actions. Because I tell everybody with TV, it understands you better. It knows you better. It doesn't understand you because it's not human. And the people that invented them, are they human? I wonder. But who wrote the book of love? Earl. So yeah, the TV and the phone and everything else that tells you what to do in your house, it knows you better than you know you. It understands your biological and psychological conditioning and training and your addictions to manipulate you better than you know how to keep yourself from doing so. But it doesn't understand you at all because it's not human. And it was invented by people that hate being human and hate humans that want us to be able to be human, so we're not told what to do by people that hate being human. So he's so predictable. Yes, I am. I am the most predictable person in the history of the planet. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord, praise the Lord, praise the Lord, praise the Lord. People say he's crazy, but their brains are lazy. Blue, there's a lot of things about your mommy that I'm very, 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 very physically attracted to, but I'm not going to take off my pants. If I lose a pool game to her, I'm going to look at her and say, I'm going to call you girl, dog. You must be crazy if you keep this kind of shit up. And I don't like Pepsi or Coke, no. I drink 1 or 2 Sprites, and that's enough to last me for till I get a pizza. And the pizza's processed meat isn't digesting as well as it used to could, so I'm probably going to pretty much cut those off. Well, if I go shopping and we're going to get something, it's probably going to be, well, there's Rudy's Barbecue, and there's Arby's right next door, but Dad doesn't like the fries. I don't mind the fries. Well, they have gyros. Everybody knows how much Earl loves gyros. You don't? People in military intel all know how much Earl loves gyros. The Gargunases, we used to go bust and clean cables and stuff for a gyro fries and baklava. Yeah. And I don't know if it was just to be around snow or for the food. I think it was both. Snow, probably more snow, and the food. Me and Ray and Jeff, busting and cleaning tables at the Trang's restaurant. Just to be around her. We knew we couldn't date her. It was foreboding. But she's so sweet. She's so pretty and she's so nice. We all had a crush on Snow. Every last one of us. Snow. She can't date us. What do you mean, Tim, she can't date us? Wait, could you ask her cousin? No, don't ask. Okay, but maybe we should ask her. Okay? None of us had the courage to go up and do it. No. We all just sat from afar and went, she's so pretty and she's so nice and she's so sweet. She came up to me and said, I love you too. Now I'm dreaming with you tonight. Chris Perez is playing guitar and it sounds really more than all right. Yeah, he's a good guitar player. And the background vocals in that song, that's his sister. Those are nice background vocals. Just like with, the background vocals to Ziggy Marley. Those are good background vocals. That's his sisters. Oh, they're good. Can't get no rest, don't know how I work all day. When will I learn? Memories get in the way. I guess I'll find love, peace of mind some other time, but I still have today. I gotta get away, I don't know where to go. She has such a good voice. I went and listened to She Had More. It's like, they didn't give her really good material, but she sure does have a nice voice. Why'd she not get really good material? It's a dog-eat-dog world out there. Ain't it though? That sucks. Let's live the Lord's Prayer. Then she can sing whatever she wants. And if she sings it better than people, they get better material because people have the market cornered. Fuck them. I don't want to listen to her. She's an egomaniac. I want to listen to her. I like her birth better. Yeah, she's got a Paris sister thing going on there. Yeah, she does. And I had wondered, it's like, why is that? Why is it some people get all the best material and some people don't? Oh. That's just wrong. Everybody should be able to try to sing every song as well as they can sing it. And then let the people decide. And since money's not real and we're not fighting and fucking over it, then, hey, the Righteous Brothers sing it better. Oh, you're right, Mother. Okay, guys, I love you. That was Righteous Brother. All right. Moon River, my Huckleberry friends. All right, peace out, man.